guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, I want to go be back in Disney so bad. I have a couple months left to go until I'm back, but I need to talk about Disney, guys. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why going to Disney solo is the best thing ever. As you guys have known from my vlogs, or if you're new to this channel, I have some vlogs. Just go back a couple months. I have been to Disney by myself twice, so I wish I could go more, but you know, finances and life just is not letting it happen, just in general. But that's okay, because I want to talk to you guys about why going to Disney like by yourself is the greatest thing ever. So if you like these Disney videos, make sure to subscribe, and in a couple months, I will finally have more Disney videos because I'll finally be there. But for right now, I'm just gonna have to wait and just look at the menus and just dream about being in Disney. It's fine. The number one reason why going to Disney by yourself is the best is that you get to do what you want, when you want, and how you want it. Just not having to be on anybody else's schedule is amazing. If you wanted to wait 3 hours in line for Flight of Passage, you could do it, and you won't need to hear anybody complain about it because you're there by yourself. If you want to have 3 Dole Whips and then go eat a hot dog at Casey's Corner, you can do it and nobody's gonna judge you. Like, it is amazing. So when I went for my first solo trip, I literally went just to see Wishes because Wishes was ending and I was very emotional about it. And I went, and you know what? I wanted to be at Magic Kingdom most of the time. I was at Magic Kingdom most of the time. I wanted to try a new resort. I stayed at Coronado Springs. And it was just nice to not like even have to think of somebody else's needs and just being like, oh, I'm done with this, or I don't want to do that ride. Well, okay, I'm just gonna go back to the resort and chill. Or if I wanted to have cotton candy and Powerade for lunch, I didn't have anybody judging me. I went again in May, last May, and it was just so cool to just walk around Epcot and Flower and Garden and just, I wanted a slushie, I wanted to walk through the land, well, I was gonna do it. And it was just super, it's just so fun because like you were just in total control, and I love being in control, but it's just amazing. Another great thing about going solo is that you can go on any budget, really. Getting one seat on a plane is cheaper than having to buy a couple. You can pick the seat that you want on a plane. You go at the most randomest times, like catch a red eye there, catch a red eye back. So you can basically do whatever. You can go to whatever hotel you want, stay on property, off property. I always stay on property just because I'm still too young. I'm not gonna, when I turn 21, I can get a rental car, but it's very expensive with the young renter's fee. So staying on property, I get the Magical Express. You know, I stayed at Pop one time and Coronado the other time. So really, you can stay at any hotel. It's usually, like, a hotel will always pop up because you're just one person. You don't need to pay for any extra fees. And you can really go, you could ball out if you want, or you could go on a really cheap budget. It's just dependent on you, which is super awesome. Time-wise for solo trips, I found that 3 to 4 days is just enough to satisfy your Disney craving without like missing people too much. I haven't tried any more than 3 to 4 days, but kind of by the 4th day I was like, okay, I'm re-energized, I'm ready to go home, like, it's cool. What if I had the opportunity to stay 10 days by myself? Oh my god, totally would. But personally, shelling out the cash, I would go 3 to 4 days. You know, I feel like by the end of my May trip, I had passed out cold with like pizza on my chest watching some crime show the last night at Pop Century, and that was like my, yeah, maybe I should just go home now, because that was solid. Another awesome thing about going solo is that you can kind of get over some anxieties if you have them. So social anxiety is a thing I feel like most people, if not all of us, deal with. And I think going by yourself is a great way to kind of break through it, because you are gonna, you know, be a single rider. You're gonna be on, you know, Dumbo by yourself, or, you know, you're gonna be in line and just be like, oh, one, and for a second sometimes cast members are like, oh, and you're like, no, like, I'm here by myself, this is awesome. And so it really allows you to open up, talk to cast members, even talk to other guests. It's kind of a great test for you to gauge where you're at and, you know, maybe break through some social anxieties you have. I go eat alone at a table service restaurant and it's totally cool. It's totally fine. Got my phone, I got my pins to sort through. Like, I was at Sanaa sorting through my pins, watching animals walk out my window. Like, it was amazing. And yeah, people are kind of like, oh, you're alone, but then you're like, yeah, I'm alone. It's my solo trip and I'm gonna ball out and, you know, eat at a table service restaurant. And then people are like, wait, no, that's so cool. You can ask people to take your photos and people are always so like welcoming. And it's just, I think it's a really great test to see, you know, how you do in crowds by yourself, especially if you have social anxieties. It just allows yourself to get out of your shell, which I think is super cool. Because especially since I consider myself like an extroverted introvert, where if I'm like around people I know I'm very comfortable, but when I'm not, I'm like very in my shell. But going alone has kind of forced me to be a little more outgoing when I'm by myself, and I just feel very proud of myself whenever I travel by myself and, you know, go to the parks by myself. It's an accomplishment and you should be very proud of that. Finally, what I love about going to Disney by myself is that no matter if you are an open park to closing a park kind of person or a chill at the resort all day kind of person, you relax by yourself. I think not having the stimuli of another person, no matter what your schedule is like or how you like to do Disney, you come back from a solo trip recharged and ready to go, because you really get to do what makes Disney magical, like, for you. If that's sitting on the hub grass drinking a Starbucks and just looking at the castle, like, that's what's special to you, and you don't need to feel bad or waste anybody else's time by, you know, doing that activity for an hour or two. Just being able to sit there and reflect, or heck, if it's going around 4 parks in one day, like, you still get to do it for yourself. And I think that's so cool. And for any Disney fan, I would always recommend a solo trip, because you can, for 3 to 4 days, do Disney how you've always dreamed of doing Disney. And I just think that's super cool, and hopefully eventually I definitely want to go back again by myself. Just like whenever I feel like whenever I need a good recharge, I know, okay, let me check some flights, see what's going on, and get back down there, because that is what I love to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've ever done a Disney solo trip, make sure to leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your experience. And if you haven't, talk about, like, what would your dream solo trip be? It could be any budget, it could be a realistic budget. Just what would you want to do on your solo trip? What's like your one thing or your couple things that you would like want to do in a day? So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you next video. Bye.